I think some of you seen this picture already. It was an Instagram post over the holiday, from the Maury family and shit. As the fractured version of it now because somebody graduated from marriage. First time I ever heard that one. Yeah, yeah. This picture had a simple caption, you know, connected to it. It said we're gonna be fine, okay. And some people have taken it to mean that Tia Mowry's gonna reunite with her husband and rejoin the marriage. After she nuked it and shit because she wanted to get some uh, some action, okay. And it was hilarious watching her fail, okay, and call it graduating. All those thirst traps and shit, and the weird chicken dance she was doing where she was thrusting her box out at the at the viewers. Just putting this shit on Instagram. The really creepy one where she was wearing like a some lingerie like a teddy and some thigh high boots and talked to her like I think he's 11, her 11-year-old son. She said, "Oh, what do you think of this?" And like, why would you ask your own son what he thought of you in lingerie? I'm like, you people are so fucking weird. Unlike a lot of sisters and shit, I'm not gonna overlook that creepy ass behavior and shit. I'm not gonna just attribute it to Hollywood and shit. And I think that Child Protective Services should have got involved and like rang her phone or something, whatever state that was, and she could have responded with a lawyer and shit. Then that would have been nice. But we don't have checks and balances, okay? When it comes to the women, they get to do whatever they want, like graduate from fucking marriage when a dude didn't cheat or didn't do shit, and she shitted out two babies for him. Okay, she got two babies. Yes, I use crass language. All right, so she says in this picture, we're just fine, okay? But I watched a couple of content creators, and one of them pointed out that if you look down at if you look down at the feet, you know, in this picture, everyone has their shoes off, but the guy's shoes are on. But the children and Miss Mallory here, they're not wearing the shoes because they're comfortable. I guess it's her flat, wherever the fuck they're, her hotel room. I don't know where it is and shit, but I know that she went on. She thought she was gonna get some action. She thought she was gonna be some hot shit out there or something. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking and shit. Yeah, we can talk about the fact that she looks like a bird alien and she has like a really weird, like small torso and then like a long pelvis and these long ass legs and long arms and shit, overly long. She looked like a fucking alien or something. And then she's doing a weird chicken dance, thrusting herself out at, this, you have to see it, man. I don't know if I'll post the clip and whatnot. I did that a bunch of times and I don't know if the bitch saw it and, I got into some trouble with YouTube and shit. And I think like on my Insta, like they fucked with it too and shit when I like went in on her ass. Things like that happen. Okay, it's just fucking weird. It's fucking weird, man. Like one time Instagram, like a bitch was stalking me, like it's some chick that I don't want to say baby mom and shit, but the bitch was stalking me and shit after like fucking 29 years. And like I wrote her something. I did a classic geek, meme, and that shit was gone. Like one day I just went and it was gone. I was like, I didn't take it down. Like who the fuck took it down? I didn't take it down. You know. And I'm just laughing looking at this shit because he's sitting up there cheesing and shit, and the guy has this uncertain look. We already, I mentioned the thing about the fact that he's wearing shoes and no one else is wearing shoes, which seems to suggest that he's just visiting there to see his children, for the holiday. And then if you look at his face, he has that strained look on his face. He's forcing a smile. There's something uneven about him. He's wearing like a hat and shit. It doesn't look very comfortable. I don't know why he'd be wearing a hat in the house. He's just come in to see his children, And he's probably waiting to get some leverage or something. So, I know his son wants to get the fuck out of there after seeing his mother approach him in lingerie and ask him what he thought she looked like and shit. And I thought it was shitty. And then we saw her go on, trying to justify her behavior toward her. All these women were, big upping her because they can't do nothing but just promote dysfunction and malfeasance and shit. Okay, nobody called a spade a spade. You just wanted to get out of your marriage so you could have sex with other people. She can never just say that. Hey, I wanted to bone other people. I was only with this gentleman here. Okay, and now since you blew up the marriage and graduated and shit, now that you are non-select, even in your own circles and shit. You was no big deal. I'm pretty sure she got some kind of action recently, and it just wasn't enough. I can't imagine sleeping with her and shit. She looks weird to me. Maybe not to you guys and shit. Then when she did that weird chicken dance, she keeps squatting down. She keeps squatting like way down with her legs split apart and thrusting and shit. And I'm just like, who does that? Doing just weird shit. She's like a big nerd. Okay? I'm not trying to shit on the woman, but she's a big nerd and an asshole and a hypocrite and shit because she got mad when somebody was talking to her. Some sister was trying to give her words of comfort. She shot, she shot back up, clapped back and shit for no reason and said she was in London and she was living her best life and all that. Yeah, but you're gonna be fined in this fucking picture. Look at your husband's face. Why don't you learn how to read the room, Miss Mowry? Okay, this dude got a look on his face like, I don't want to be sitting here with this bitch, but we got kids, man. I know what that feels like. Okay, I'm 54. I'm a Generation X. I've been around the block more times than I will like to admit and shit. Sometimes bitches have been pushing my ass in that wheelbarrow. Been pushing my ass and shit over rocks and potholes. I'll put it that way. It's not been pretty. And so, be that as it may, I can look at this picture and I can tell you that this motherfucker does not want to be there. He's probably thinking about his Caucasian girlfriend. And not because she's Caucasian, but probably because she looks good naked. He's maybe both of them were the first person they ever each other slept with. But she didn't say he cheated or nothing. It was her idea to go out and get some peen from somewhere else and shit. I would love to hear those stories. If any man is out there, I would love them to pull the August Alsina and give us the blow by blow of having sex with, a post marriage graduate, Tia Mowry and shit. Okay, we need to start doing that. Okay, the women have become crass. They've traded in their femininity for transactional behavior and associations that they like to call marriages and shit or partnerships. And I say don't buy those franchises. Those are a no-win situation and a bad faith business deal. Okay. Because she could get the fuck out, and whatever they left, and I don't know what the deal is of their divorce or separation or anything, but I hope that this man is happy and that he finds his peace and shit, and that he's able to properly co-parent with this unstable woman and shit. Okay, and I don't want to see her in a stable relationship ever again. I want to see her with all the niggas that you find when you in your fucking mid to late 40s, thinking you gonna go back in the club and shit and you get. And find a nigga and shit. You ain't gonna find another Corey Hadrick or whatnot. I think that's his goddamn name. You ain't gonna find another guy like this, okay? You had him from day one, okay? That's like motherfucker founded Apple or Google or some shit, just throwing that shit away after a while, So, did I want to make this video to, stick a fork in it because it's done? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm petty. Okay, I'm petty. And, I thought it was shitty, and I thought she was weird and creepy for fucking with her 11-year-old son, 10 or 11-year-old son, walking up on his ass in lingerie. You know how traumatized that kid is now? He's in his formative years and shit. You don't know what the fuck. You probably pushing identity. Let me stop. Who the fuck knows what's what? But I know one thing is one man, as a straight black man, I know that look on his face and shit, and that look says, fuck no. Okay? Says fuck no. Not hell no, I'm not going back. Okay, I'm not going back and shit. And he knows if he goes back, he's basically emasculating himself and giving up his manhood and shit. And he becomes a subcategory of abused black man. Just torn the company line and shit. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done. For now. Unless something embarrassing happens, I'll be glad to cover that shit. As I want to tell you, I put out these stories, you see my fucking page and everything. I want to give back what they've been giving to us for over 40 years, okay? I want to give back that same energy, that fucked up propaganda that made us, reinforced our status as the boogeyman, the spooks that sat behind the door and shit, okay? Just being honest about it. You can ask me anything and shit. Now I answer that question. All right, I don't lie to my audience. All right, this dude is just visiting, okay, because it's the holidays. All right, that's his children and shit, and she unfortunately has to be there, and you can't just say like, hey, I don't want to see your fucking ass, just send the kids out, and you can't do no shit like that because she is, despite her ethnic makeup, she is a sister. All right, pun intended. She is a sister, and they do feel a certain ownership over you. When you're in a long term relationship, any kind of fucking relationship, really, I can't stand that. That's one of the things I can't stand about our ethnic communities. How the women feel this like ownership over the motherfucker, like he a living, like he a purse or something. Even if they don't really want the motherfucker, they just don't want to see your ass happy or nothing. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.